called?
St. John's Church, Lytham.
Nice.
All right.
All right.
Wow, I thought I
This
was
is a
doing the gimmicks.
strange-
No,
I know.
I'm
It's like he
doing
just
it
stole
now.
it out from under you.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I said I
GM.
was gonna do it, and you had time to object.
Damn.
I'm not sure what to make of this gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
All right. So, last we left off, you three were brought together by the disappearance of a tavern. The entire building had been taken somehow. And you three, for your own reasons, decided to set about investigating that. Your investigations led you to find pixie dust, thus getting you to believe that pixies were behind the taking of the tavern, which led you to a toy shop where you tried to freeze the door and break it, or Nico tried to freeze the door and break it, but failed to break it, and then got told to, head away. And so you tried to then find a back entrance. Cherry played some music for pixies, whatever pixies might have been in there. A pixie did come out, and the pixie led you down to the basement, where you were then all shrunken and placed into a bottle. Cherry and Lydian managed to talk their ways out of the bottle and get the sympathy of the pixies, who then joined you in trying to reason with the owner of the toy shop, Francis, that shrinking down and taking buildings and other such things was a bridge too far, and that he should just focus on the actual artistry of making miniatures. And that worked, so he gave up. You got the tavern back. Lydian got 10% share in ownership of the tavern, and gave half of that to Cherry.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, Nico is going. It also worked out that they're going to stick around with the party just to get more funding for their experiments. And the party
More
was
funding
thus
for
formed.
science.
And the party was thus formed there in the newly owned tavern.
So, I guess first question. We left things kind of late at night. Is where are we staying? Do we have, room in the tavern?
I would say so. You rescued the tavern. You have lodging in the tavern.
Nice.
Very nice.
But meanwhile, before we get to anything else, Lydian, you needed to talk to Francis
Yeah.
about the deal for because his deal was that he unshrunk you and gave back the tavern in exchange for you promising to help get him materials and all the like for the toy store, so that he could work on his miniatures.
So,
Now, what are the details exactly that you want to hash out?
at the end of well, this is going to take a bit of back and forth, but at the end of last session, you said the transportation service generated surplus.
Yep, it generated secret.
So that surplus is listed as secret. So what did we get?
Yeah.
What did we get there?
All right. Okay. I was gonna bring this up later, but yeah. Instead of sending you coins, because they were basically just sort of breaking even. They sent you. You were sent a letter, basically telling you something that they had learned while transporting some goods around, which is that another transportation company was starting up taking materials to Morricone Springs, which is odd, given that no one has been doing that ever since the dispute with the workers there.
Ooh, yeah. I remember that. I remember delivering what wasn't that the first thing we did in Party 3? Deliver a fucking bomb.
Yeah. But yeah, given the dispute with the workers there and their little town that they're building, no one is going to officially recognize yet. The fact that some companies deciding to transport materials there is very odd, suspect, and that's the secret that you got a hold of.
Okay, nothing I can really press for materials, I suppose, because we don't have anything. I was hoping to get something I could press to like get some excess materials to reroute to Francis' shop, but I think
Right.
instead send a message to the council about this and maybe request an acolyte to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not gonna make a move yet. Just gonna press until we get something juicy there.
Okay.
Okay.
But I suppose in the meanwhile, essentially, because the contracting service is builders, and they made profit last time. I'm gonna try and basically do the same thing of, shave off any excess materials we have towards Francis to kind of keep up my end of the bargain.
All right. Okay.
And maybe I have to make a charisma check for this, but because I'm essentially just making a lot of it, acolytes do kind of, we use acolytes in the cult before they kind of have any business position to train them up and to bulk out the workforce of the places. Yeah, try and request one for Francis, and
Yeah.
I did
Okay,
offer him
roll
more than just material, which was a bit of thing. What I suggest, I kind of maybe meet with Francis and I make a few suggestions about how to get this off the ground.
Yeah, he wants to complete his miniature city for display.
And do you have a floor space for this, or are you running it out of the shop?
I'm building it downstairs, and once it's ready, I'll be transporting it upstairs to be displayed all across the store.
I think you could push this a little bit further. You do have a storage room, you do have a backlot, you have an area. Why not make that a little attraction? If you build it good enough, people will come just to see it. You could charge entry for that, fill it with your toys, and then people will want to come and get those toys.
Huh. I'd always just thought of just having it on display for anyone to see, but
Now. While that's good and all, if you put a price on it, it will seem so much more than it is.
more than it is.
You make
I
it
think
free,
it's-
people will pass it by without paying no attention. You put a price on that, people will give it their eyes fully. Eyes follow coin, coin follows eyes.
I suppose you might be right.
I am right. Believe me on this.
All right. We'll set that up, I suppose, but in the meantime, I need to actually build. For that, I'll need coin or materials.
Well, materials I can help out with. But the coin, think of it as I can help out in coin if you really need it, but think of it as a lost leader. That's why you're charging for entry. Build it up, make it exciting, make people want to come and see it. Tell them that they need to grease the wheels a little bit. This is going to be a big celebration. This is going to be something they're going to want to see.
You want me to have it on display while it's a work in progress?
No, nothing like that, but let people know what's coming. Little previews, little snippets, something to wet their beaks.
Right.
Loosen those pockets a little before the coin really has to come out.
Suppose it can't hurt?
There's two states in the world, hurt and help, and this will only help.
Alright. And then about those materials then.
I'll send for 'em. I got a few business contacts here and there, and we've been on a little bit of a good streak lately, so a little bit of charity, little bit of something to get you started.
Alright. Alright. I like this. We'll do it.
Do I push my luck? No, I'm not going to push my luck. Made my agreement. Yeah, so he shakes on. Yeah, basically, Lydian extends his hand to shake on that.
Yep, he shakes. Were you thinking of pushing for a cut of the revenue?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
I think that might be too easy. Besides, this was kind of the agreement for letting us out of the jar, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So yeah, you shake on that. Alright, you roll charisma.
Roll charisma. I haven't even done my, like, actual move yet.
Alright, yeah. You'll be getting some materials.
I'm guessing he won't be getting an acolyte to be basically a helping hand.
No. But he will be. Yeah, there's definitely like your construction. Your because you have builders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, excess wood will definitely be sent to him.
Perfect.
Definitely. All right.
Should I do my move now?
Well, with that, I guess we should go. You guys then, I guess, decide to spend a few days in town.
Nice.
We've had some downtime here, and with those few days, Lydian can manage his businesses.
Yeah. So I kind of, maybe at some points during the day, I kind of nip off by myself. I don't know if anyone follows or does anything with that, but at points in the day, Angelo, god damn it, I've got to change the name mentally. Lydian, disappears off by himself.
Yeah. Okay. So when I think the first time Cherry gets him, actually, well, let's hear from Nico first. I take that back.
Well, Nico being, well, let's just say that the in room is very well used.
Oh,
Oh no.
All right.
If there are
Yeah,
any
no, Nico-
noised complaints, Lydian is knocking on the door.
Oh,
The door is
Nico
probably
doesn't open.
frozen.
Nico doesn't open.
He knocks the door and the door shatters, which Lydian or Nico had failed to do twice.
What is Nico doing in that room?
Science!
Oh, turn on a light real quick.
Okay.
Do not cause a fire.
Well, specifically, Nico is specifically testing the... Let me just find it real quick. The cryogenic application cannon.
All right.
It's clearly not working correctly. Gotta adjust those parameters. But also just, experimenting on fairy dust. Experimenting
Fairy
it.
dust. What's he doing with the pixie dust?
Oh, pixie dust. Oh, considering alternative sources of energy, powering things.
Right.
Testing how they can power up thrusters, for example. And all stuff like that. There will be explosions.
Oh my.
It's fine. Most of them are small.
Roll intelligence.
Nico's intelligence is far beyond you. Oh no!
No, it's
No.
not.
Okay. So
It's very much not.
You're experimenting with pixie dust, and
Yeah.
a lot of the times you just can't really get it to work the way you want it to work. It's very chaotic material, very chaotic magic. When you try to apply it for its magical uses. Um, but it is also very. You find that it is uh like a lot of the times it basically what it does is it has unintended effects. Like it'll like
Oh,
shrink something that you're trying to put it in, or it'll make it teleport away, or it'll start flying around.
but I want it to fly, but not like this.
Basically it's very unpredictable what it'll do.
Oh, each failure, Nico obviously writes it down. It's a the the books of failures is pretty
Yeah.
thick.
But
The Book of
yeah,
Failures is
people
pretty big. It's also the name of his biography.
people are basically just keeping a wide berth away from this room then.
Once a day, Lydian will kind of come to your door and just. Not that you hear that over the fucking sound of science.
I like to think that I like to
The
think
Sound
that
of Science would make a great album title.
you know what? One day I like to think that Lydian is knocking, and as Lydian has knocked, just the door flies into his face.
That's coming out of your coin.
Survived impact. Interesting.
They say that when God closes a door, he opens a window, but you better be opening your wallet any minute now.
What do you? This is do you? Oh, quiet. Oh, quiet. Test subject 311.
Stop calling me test subject and get open your checkbook.
Do you want my invention to make money?
I want money off of you right this second.
Why? I did not destroy your property.
This is my property.
Oh, it is. So it is. Oh, don't worry. I'll fix the door free of charge.
I'm coming back in an hour, and this door better be right back on its hinges, or I'm gonna get very unhinged. Do we understand?
Absolutely.
Good.
He realizes the door, people are always complaining. He invents a much safer door, a much more secure one, by which he essentially just invents a wall. No one's breaking in here.
I do like the idea of not the wall, but him like making basically a vault door and locking himself in his room so Lydian can no longer talk to him.
Anyway, while he wants the door back on its hinges, I assume the door hinges are inward, like inside the room. I'll show him. A bit of struggle getting our door up, but as soon as Nico's put the door there, Nico kicks out the cryonic application cannon and fires ice and freezes the hinges. There!
Is this to make
Okay.
it so the hinges can't move, or the hinges are, like, shatterable?
Oh,
I think
curious
he's
both.
just
to
replaced the
hear.
hinges with blocks of ice for the moment.
yes.
I see.
Lydian only said he wanted the door up fixed, not how.
Well, the door is frozen on now.
It's
He
not
has his Jetsons boot, so he can just use the window. It's fine.
exactly. I like to
All
call it-
right. So Lydian, you're gonna manage your businesses then.
Yes. So I'm only going to tap 2 right now because I don't quite fancy my luck.
All right.
Let me just see because I can't fully remember. Okay, yeah, I'm only going to tap 2 at the moment.
All right.
I am going to tap the contracting service again and the silver mine.
All right. Roll charisma.
Oh wait, I was going to manually type it in. Don't know why. Alright, hit that charisma. Come on. Alright, I should have tapped 3.
All right, there you go. All right. Yeah, they both produce coin.
Sweet, I can pay I can pay Cherry.
Very good.
So that's I can't remember the bloody thing.
2d6 times 50, we'll say.
Okay. 2d6 times 50. Oh, whoops. Yeah. So 100 coin, basically.
Uh,
I don't even know if that
I
entered.
don't, I don't think that entered right.
I'll just roll 2d6 and we'll just do it the maths. Fuck
All right,
it.
there you go. You got
Oh, you have to do it in parentheses to do that.
Ah, right.
Oh wow. Yeah, you got 450 coin.
Fucking hell. Well, yeah, cool. You're getting
And
paid.
miserly only giving Cherry 30 coin.
You only asked for that, and besides, you were already.
She asked for 50.
Did she?
Yeah, you talked her down. You negotiated, you bargained, you wheeled and dealed her down to 30.
And the stake in whatever businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lydian still. It'll come up later, but Lydian does still think he actually got screwed on that deal.
I want to point out, doing just based on the general price of things, that's actually not a lot of money.
I know.
To be paid
I was
as an
looking.
in-
I was
yeah.
looking up the list of what everything cost. I just barely have enough to buy a cottage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Versus again, just basing it on Felina's rent was 25 coin a week. So if Felina had a shitty little apartment, equivalently that would be like having 5 coin left over for all your other expenses with Cherry's current income. Granted, not countering benefits with revenue from anything, she has a stake in.
I mean,
Obviously.
I also kind of want to point out as well.
Yeah.
I'm almost over encumbered. I am suffering from success. 7 out of 8 load because of the 525 coin.
Yeah. Based. No, I want to also make clear, I'm not complaining. I just
No.
To put in perspective, this is
And
not a lot of money Cherry is making comparatively. Yeah.
I mean, Lydian's gonna see it as shit. I got because I lost potential money.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even tap the bar because I was scared of it immediately getting set on fire.
By Nico.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't
a
know, that
pretty
would have
good
been
narrative.
fun.
Yeah, there would be an immediate narrative reason for this bar I've set up to immediately fucking get fucking lit on fire in his cockamamie experiments.
Oh, don't worry, Nico isn't into fire right now.
That's good. He's gone. He's not on his fire phase at the moment.
He's on a different part of the elemental wheel.
Yeah, ice.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yeah, you spend your days in Osprey with sort of
Oh, Cherry has something
managing
to do.
things.
Day one.
Yeah, what do you do, Cherry?
So,
What are
Cherry,
you doing?
she's on the first day. At first, she wants to kind of hang out with Nico, but I think the first time, she's just kind of leaning over, very Dee Dee, So, what are you doing? Want to tell me about it? And then just the first time something blows up in her face, and she has to go redo her makeup again. I think she's okay, enough of that. So she's gonna go out, think about maybe getting something, maybe buying, a bottle of wine or whatever, getting a nice meal, but, wait, so does, Lydian pay her with the first day,
Yeah.
the 30 coin? Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let me subtract 30. So I've got
Yeah.
495.
You already paid her for the week last session.
Yeah, but let's cover this for the next week.
All
I don't know how many a few days are, so this will cover the session, I suppose.
We'll say.
Oh, wait. If it's, Wait, you did pay her the 30 coin last session?
Oh yeah, we
What
did
did I
actually.
only?
Yeah.
No, did okay, you did? Because I only have 15. Where did I spend 15 coin?
You spent 15 on mailing the
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
toy
right.
and
Yeah, 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 yeah. So, okay, never mind. We don't do that. Just
All
we
right.
stick to the what she has for now. She looks down and she realizes, if Lydian says he's managing his business and whatnot here, and she doesn't get paid again until next week, she's already down to 15 coin. That's a bit of money to stretch. So she needs to make some money. It's a great way to make some money? Gambling. Um,
ooh.
yeah, she's gonna try and find a way to increase her money. Try and see what ask around, see what the game is in town.
Uh okay. Uh we'll say that asking around, you find that there are some places where you can bet on animal races.
Animal races, huh? Anything else?
The bank
Uh
town is into the animal races. They like the. Wonder if it's horses or dogs.
I like to imagine it's bulls, because like a bull market.
Oh. During a downturn, they trade them out for bears.
Yeah, bear races aren't as good.
Very dangerous to the spectators as well.
It's more dangerous for the jockeys, really.
I like the fact there's jockeys in. I didn't even envision jockeys in this.
I just like the idea of that's one of the pro strats in bear racing. Just like if you're coming up on someone, but like your bear's not fast enough, you're just getting your bear to like swipe the other jockey. It's part of the sport. Cherry's willing to bet on like animal races, but she generally isn't a big fan of like sports betting or things like that, or betting on like races or fights.
There are people sort of
It's the bank town. You got the stock market here. You got the stock
yeah,
exchange.
there's the stock exchange. Someone does mention that when you ask about taking a gamble. And then you also say, oh, down on this street over here or whatever, like Leisure Square, like some people like to gather around to play craps.
Ooh, craps! Perfect. Hells yeah. Cherry will absolutely go and play some blind craps.
All right.
Yeah. So she kind of, saddles up, asks if she can jump in on this game.
Yeah, the people there are like, oh, all right. Yeah, they see your blindfold and they're like, sure.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, basically, I don't know. It's up to you how much we want to play this out.
No, we shouldn't play it out too much. Just roll a 2d6.
A roll of 2d6. Okay, yeah. Cherry immediately goes all in on this.
All right.
Go big or go home, baby.
You lose.
Craps out instantly.
Yeah.
So Cherry, when she goes in,
Lydian, I need an advance on next week's pay.
She's talking about how she can tell people are wondering being blind, and she's like, it's not the disadvantage you might think. And as she's preparing to roll the dice, she tells this little story, hints at like her much better than usual luck with dice, and tells a little bit of this one story that involved her winning in this dice tournament, just to immediately roll and just crapping out snake eyes in front of everyone watching. just the little anime sweat drop appears on her forehead. Hard cut to her just like standing outside a restaurant looking in, stomach growling.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, 0 coin. Darn.
Hey,
Yeah,
you might get some royalties because I have something I want to do. Though I don't know if it should be, I don't know, later session.
No, okay, well, that's up to you. Just for now, after doing that, she had been planning on, using that money going out and doing stuff, but just, like, I guess hard cut to, like, her, essentially just, busking in the street, has, like, a little sign she asked someone to write for her, hungry, please buy me a meal, whatever.
Damn.
Yeah, that didn't go great.
How
Well,
sad.
easy come, easy go. Does anyone, like, help her out? Does she get a meal or any tips or anything like that from
Roll
busking?
a 2d8.
You know what? I think Lydian's out on business, and he doesn't announce himself, but he does throw in 10 coin. He just walks by and throws it in without saying anything.
Okay, well, aside from that, you got 3 coin.
Okay. Well, she's only down 2 coin for that. Does Lydian, like... So, he knows she just got, like, she should still have 15 coin. Does he... I'm just curious what he thinks when he sees this. Does he think she's, like, trying for more coin? Or is he like, dear God, did she already lose that coin?
He's thinking she's industrious.
Okay, yeah. Nice.
He does genuinely like the music as well, to be fair, so...
She's a good musician.
Yeah, so he's just, like, passing by. Well, I like to imagine, actually, he's on one of the checks I want to make.
Cool.
Could potentially be an interesting parallel, actually.
Okay, so yeah, what else have you been doing during this downtime, Lydian?
I want to make a supply roll.
Do you?
Yes. So Cherry did mention her ancestor had stories written about her.
Yeah.
Lydian wants to find a book about what was her name? What was her name? Was it Akira, the famous one? I read the.
There have been a couple of different famous ones.
You mentioned one of the famous ones to him.
There were 2
Kyoko
that came up.
that you mentioned.
Kyoko was the one who was like with the Fae, but Aki is the more famous one who I believe came up.
Kyoko and Aki.
I think Aki is her grandmother, so that's like the more recent. She was in a big famous adventuring party, if that's the one you're thinking of. Kyoko, her story was the thing with the Fae. And then there's also Katsuki, who she has a whole legend about, like, being captured by... Oh, no! I think you are thinking of Katsuki. That was when she came up when we were trapped in the bottle, and Cherry was gonna sing the song, and, like, this is the song of my ancestor, Kyoko's daughter, who was captured by a king, and... It's one of those 3.
I can't. Well, I'm trying to. I won't make this supply check if it doesn't make sense, but I swear it was mentioned to Lydian. One of them was like, because he mentioned like stories to you in the bar, and like, oh, some of them have had stories.
Oh, this was in the bar?
Yeah, this was at the end when he was like, he was trying to talk you into selling your stories.
Okay, yeah, Aki is the one I think this would be about then.
All right. I want to be certain, but we can maybe go back and check, and we can. But
if it was in the bar, I'm almost positive it was about Aki. I think I remember talking about her in the bar.
It was either like stories written about her, or stories she told were sold on, or whatever.
Oh no, she's in stories. She's not the main character in them, but she's in some like fairly popular,
Okay, well, one of those books, basically Lydian wants to make a supply check to find a book about Aki, because he wants to do some research into Cherry.
Uh-huh.
And I do actually have another, so maybe if it could be funny, if this works, he could have walked past and actually had one of those books on him.
Oh, neat.
All right. So you're making a supply roll here.
I can't actually remember how a supply roll works.
It's charisma.
Oh, sweet. Actually, I did look it up at the end of last week when I had this idea, but yeah. Golden hand. It's red. I mean, because it's looking for a specific book, I imagine it's a supply check.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
Something special beyond what's usually readily available.
Should I roll for it?
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So you managed to find a bookstore that deals in stories about adventures and all that, and you managed to find one not about Aki, but one that's about the adventuring party she was in.
Okay, so not specifically on her, but a general overview.
Yeah, of one of the stories of the adventures that they went on.
All right. Yeah, Lydian is maybe a little frustrated that he couldn't quite find the information he was after, but he's...
I mean, that should probably... Because, again, she wouldn't be the main character in anything written about her.
Okay.
She was the bard of this
Or it would be
famous...
rare to find one where she is the main character.
Yeah.
I mean, Lydian is still kind of frustrated because he was hoping to have, like, dynamite information.
Alright.
But yeah, he takes what he can get, takes that to the counter. How much for this, my good man?
Oh, that would be 15 coin, that one.
My word, quite an expensive tome, but can't argue. God,
Yeah,
the accent fucking...
Can't argue.
Can't argue.
No, I like that. Ague's good.
Just
I
trying
don't know if that's actually... I honestly can't remember if that's accurate or not, but it immediately is like, no, that's good. I'm sure there's some specific accent where that's part of the dialect.
Yeah, 15 coin, you say?
Yeah, well, yeah, he says, yeah, well, that's a story that's still technically in living memory.
Alright. Yeah, he fishes out 15 coin. Have a good day.
You as well.
Having just down to 500 coin already, my god.
This poor man being fleeced, he has practically nothing left.
I'm Brassic, damn it, I'm Brassic.
Just that one image of, like, the big greedy guy, like, drinking all the pipe water with the starving person, where it's just, selfish buskers, getting free handouts in the street, Cherry, versus, poor, honorable businessmen, being drained of all their resources.
While having a fucking child blowing up part of their house.
My business, my beautiful business that I have a 5% stake in.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Nico could improve it.
No, he couldn't. I'd like to see you try.
You know what? Nico's gonna do it.
Oh boy.
What's Nico gonna do?
Well, one day when Nico decides to have their bi-daily feeding session, I don't know. Look around the bar. Just a question: Is the people working on the bar struggling with something?
Harry?
They're... No,
They're all struggling, that's why they're in a bar.
He's pretty much just serving drinks as they come.
My god.
Neo, you got a
So
yes and he's definitely struggling. I don't know how.
Wait, how is he serving drinks? How is he serving them? Is he serving them on a platter, or what's going on here?
He takes them from a bottle, pours it into a glass, gives it to whoever it ordered.
You've got to invent the draft.
Is he waiting tables like, has this ever happened to you? And it's like
There's-
someone tripping with a tray. You have to take all these steps.
This is
There
so
has to be a better way.
There are some servers as well that are bringing drinks to people who are waiting at tables.
You have to pay those servers. There's your struggle. We need to automate their job.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna die. It's like I gotta die here inside this fucking business.
Oh no. Please, just invent, like, the spout and move on, or an optic.
My word, it's so inefficient having to remove the cork of that bottle.
And it's killed so many people.
Just yeah, Lenny over there got one in his eye last week.
My god.
Yeah, Nico, it just goes over. But how can I make this far more efficient? If only there was a way to hook up the bottle to a pump of some sort where you could. Eureka!
My god, he invented the pump. He did it.
He invented a tap.
That's probably been invented, but it's gonna be a better tap.
I see.
It's gonna be better.
Wasn't that a thing a few years ago? Someone invented like a better type of beer tap for pouring things like Guinness or whatever that usually have a really long pour time. And then I never heard anything else about it. But I swear I remember this.
I've not heard of this, but I can't imagine. I mean, maybe, but usually you just Guinness is slow to pour because you've got to let it settle and usually pour it in 2 goes. Or else if a place has it from a can, they'll have a little thing to shock the bottom of the can to kind of kickstart the settling process.
Well, Nico goes over to the barman and says, "My good man."
Yeah. What you want a drink?
I see you struggling, pouring up all those drinks all day long. Surely there should be. Surely you wish for a far more efficient way for it to serve them.
It's really just part of the job.
He's just settling for how bad things are.
My word, it's gone on too far. I must build a prototype. Nico.
Prototype of what?
Nico has already floated away up to the room.
It is very funny imagining the Jetsons sound every time he goes somewhere like that.
Anyway, Nico is gonna gather the supplies. Nico is gonna create a pump, like a pump, but not just one pump. A pump where you can store several different bottles, and you can alternate between which one is being poured out with the flick of with the dial.
That's horrible. That is a horrible technology.
Yeah, but it's
all if it's all going through the same pump, the flavors will coalesce. That will be bad.
Oh, Nico doesn't think about that,
Oh, great! You're just making my bar worse without thinking about it.
Nico is thinking about efficiency.
Okay. I guess we'll call this a jury rig then.
Yes. Behold.
Roll in.
Oh, it's a 7.
Okay, so choose one of those things of what you're building. It'll work, but not for long. It works, but there's a weird quirk, or it works, but it needs some juice.
I'll take the weird quirk.
Yeah, I like that one.
Or complication to it. Yeah, and then Nico just have the building this in, I don't know,
this horrible invention.
Nico drags it downstairs. Here, my good man, I came to you yesterday, seeing that your woes. Today I have the solution to all of them. I present the Alco Pump 1000.
Alright.
Yes, I know. Ah, yes. Straight to the point. Well, you see, I realized that you are wasting far too much time opening and closing bottles. So here, let me demonstrate. Nico hoist it onto the bar.
Well, that's got heft to it.
Yes, if you were to select a selection of your finest or not finest or whatever.
All right. He goes and he gathers up like some whiskey, some.
I think you'd run beer through something. You'd run beer through something like this.
Yeah, he goes up and grabs several kinds of beer.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's the innovation that they invented a tab for non-beer.
Ah,
Yeah,
So he
several,
just-
Maybe he invented box wine.
There you go. Several kinds of beer. He gets you several kinds of beer.
Exactly. Nico opens up a hat. Behold, you can put the bottles in here, and Nico grabs one and, well, opens one and puts it in there. Actually, grabs just a few, closes the hatch, and then with this pump, you can turn the dial for each preset indicated by the number. Therefore, behold, number 1 just pours out some in a glass, but your customer wants something different. And he could turn the dial to 2, and it is this bird's the other one that puts in. Ta-da! No more having to open and close bottles.
Okay. So, the weird quirk or complication here, I'm going to say, is that as you turn the dial and spit out the next bit, it sprays it very forcefully. That's what you find out first. The first time you empty it out, the first time you spray some of it out, it just goes out like it knocks the glass out of your hand.
No,
Oh, wonderful.
just a minor bug. It can always be fixed. Or your strong men can hold them.
Strong men.
And you change the dial and it does what?
It changes which liquid is being poured.
And they're all going through the same pump?
Well, of course, it would be inefficient to have several different pumps.
That'll mix the flavors.
What flavors?
Love Nico. What if you need to? Oh no, I'm not in the scene. Never mind.
I
won't.
really want to walk into this scene, but I am stopping myself because I've had a lot so far.
Are you telling me beer have different tastes?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's inconceivable.
And maybe you should drink some for science.
I think that I want Cherry to be in the scene now. I want her to be like walking up for this hearing. Do you think that beer or just overhearing this and coming to sit down? Is this your invention? Is it done?
Yes, it's a. Oh fuck! What do they call it?
The Alcomatic 5000, I believe.
1000.
Oh no, Alco Pump 1000.
Alco Pump 1000. Yes, I am just showing him the wonders of speeding up his delivery system. Apparently, mixing drinks is a bad thing.
I thought that was kind of one of the main jobs of a bartender, was mixing drinks.
Well, mixing beer.
Ah, so that's what's happening.
It doesn't need to be beer. You can mix other things in there.
I like how the invention has shifted from just can pour the different things to now the mixing is the point of the invention.
I love the fact that
It's not a flaw, it's the feature.
I also love about this is they're using bottles on a pump because they have not gotten a keg yet.
Yeah.
Well, Nico didn't notice the kegs.
Neither did Harry, apparently.
So, well, that could be kind of neat if you can just connect multiple bottles and then just like mix the drink in the pumps so it just out the spout comes a drink already mixed. I mean, not for beer, but
Well, I don't know. I feel like mixing's a bit of an art.
that's true.
Science and art, and this is my science. Give it a try, will you? Free of charge. Just, it's trust me, it will increase
Free
it.
of charge. It's my beer.
Well, it's not your pump yet.
You want
Is
me to?
Nico a businessman or not? Well, obviously not. But what's he going for here?
Oh,
He
Nico
wants
just
someone to use his invention. He wants to revolutionize the bar world.
exactly. Nico saw a problem and decided, I'm gonna help.
I see.
But anyway,
Alright. He takes a glass and he holds the pump dials at 3 because that's his favorite, and sprays it in. It fills up the glass very quickly, and there's immediately overspilling. Goes, oh, well, that's just great.
well,
Oh
It
wow,
will take-
that's a lot of power.
it'll take some finesse. I can probably fix that in a later revision.
He takes a drink, scrunches his face a bit, like, yeah, I can taste a bit of the other two.
Well,
I like how fast it spits it out, though. You know, that's faster than you could drink from just pouring it. Maybe that's how you could, advertise it using for, like, kids, 20-year-olds come in wanting to get, drunk. Oh, people always doing, like, shotgunning beer, stuff like that. This is even faster, really blasting the beer down their throat. It could be a...
someone comes up and is like, oh, hey, Harry, what the hell is this thing you're using? It's wacky.
It's
Hey,
a pressure
uh,
washer.
It's
Hey,
the
Tim.
Alco Pump 1000. More intense than anything I've ever heard of before.
Oh, I got a great idea. Here's 5 coin, Harry. Spray it in my mouth. Spray it in my mouth.
Oh no.
Go, go, go. Cherry's like, immediately starts, like, at first, like, stomping, takes out the strong. Is like getting a rhythm to, like, encourage this guy.
It's kind of powerful, and other patrons are starting to clap along.
Yeah.
And then he goes, all right. And aims it at the guy's mouth and sprays. And the guy is knocked back a bit. And then starts gargling. For trying to drink and then kind of choking a bit. And then he lets go of the pump to stop it from spraying. And then he just goes, oh! Okay. Wow, that's got a kick to it.
Really
And not
makes
in
you
the
choke.
usual way.
Who else thinks they can handle it?
yes,
Cherry
perfect.
pulls out
The
to the
delivery
bar.
system. The delivery system has improved even more. Just pour him straight into the mouth.
Whose throat can handle beer this intense? Who will be the throat goat?
Yeah, someone else phones up and so it's like, yeah, you know what? 5 coin. Try me. And he just like stands directly under it for the pump. And Harry's just like, all right, and blasts it in to his mouth. And he goes, he lasts a little bit longer before I started to choke and has to turn the pump off. And yeah, there's a more applause. And then Harry turns to you, Nico, and just says, you know what? This might be good as a little bit of a sideshow.
Sideshow, well, it was meant to help.
You can take 5 coin and try a go and try to handle the blast. I like this.
Yeah, I guess it can be used for that, even though I didn't design it for it, but it'll work.
It's like doing a keg stand. You could have tournaments.
Nico is just destroyed on the inside right now that his science has gone awry.
What a great invention, Nico. Cherry gives him a little, like, pat on the head, a little hug.
Thank you. Nico fixes their hair.
Yeah, Cherry, she's like, hyping up the Alco Pump 1000, like, sort of doing the advertising, getting people to give it a try, creating that party atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's now when Lydian walks in.
Yeah, I guess Lydian just walks in and he's just seeing this display.
Just waterboarding someone with high-pressure beer.
Yeah.
While the crowd cheers.
My word, who made this invention?
It was me! The Alco Pump 1000.
It's drawing a crowd.
This is what all those explosions were for, I guess.
I don't think they were. Did you fix that
Wow.
door?
Of course I did.
Alright, and I see that you've opened a window. Lydian says, looking at the guy whose mouth is currently open.
Yeah.
Well, I had a implication thing, but I had one plan for it, but it turns out it found another application.
Lydian, leans over the bar to, look at the mechanics of this thing.
Yeah. There's just a little makeshift sign up now that says 5 coin. Can you handle the beer blast?
Lydian, he
Who will be the throat goat?
Lydian kind of puts his arm over Nico's shoulder, kind of pulls him away from the commotion. How much you sell that for?
Selling? Well, I made it to... Well, technically, I made this because I saw that man was doing something inefficient, and guess I'm helping you in that way, so I gave him it, but I still own... I don't know.
Now, I appreciate you helping me, but how about you help yourself a little as well? Is that patented? Did you get a patent on that?
No, I just finished it. Lydian has already run over to the patent office.
Taking off at high speed. No.
Yeah, out of breath. He's using the high-pressure beer to, blast himself there faster.
Alright, well, how about first thing tomorrow, we'll go down and we'll get that little thing registered, and I'll handle all the paperwork, and you'll get a little something to fund your future endeavors. How about that?
Funds? That sounds good.
It is good. Let's just hope things don't get too crazy tonight and nobody leaves here with the same idea.
Yes. Oh no, someone's stealing my invention.
That can
Nico
happen.
just
That's why you
Nico
gotta
branded.
get that's why you gotta get your patents. Otherwise, you are patently stupid.
Nico has already branded the cryonic application cannon. Who's stealing it?
Cherry giggles at the patently stupid one, too.
Now, to make sure nobody steals our little invention, Lydian kind of turns.
Mine.
Round of beers is on me. Everybody gets a go on the cannon. How much money do I have to throw down to make sure everyone gets a beer blast in here? Because I want these people blasted so they're not, walking away remembering things.
You know what I just realized? This feels like a fucking It's Always Sunny bit.
I need all these
people. It's 5 coin per person. We'll say that there's 10 people in here.
Alright, so 50 coin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to be holding on to money as Lydian for too long. You don't have to worry. Yeah, I throw down that... I put down the 50 so everyone gets a beer blast. Even though one beer is not going to... Unless these people are light as fuck.
Yeah, people just start lining up for it.
I don't think we're in, the downtime anymore. I think this is just a game now.
Yeah.
I do actually have another supply.
We'll say this has been, the 4th day. We're on the 4th day in Osprey.
Can I make one more supply check?
Sure.
Yeah. This one... Alright, hang on. So I got a book on... was it Aki's Adventuring Party?
Yeah.
Well, Ryuga's, but yeah.
One of the adventures they went on.
Ryuga. So
Ryuga.
Aki is her grandmother, but Ryuga was like the main person, the famous person from the party, and her uncle.
Okay, so Lydian makes that his little bit of bedtime reading to figure out what Cherry's deal is. Or is part
Technically, her grandfather was in that party too.
Oh, yeah. I did read that, but my memory is fucking terrible. I did read
Actually,
the
I don't
whole
know if that specific detail that her grandfather was in the party was mentioned or not. It might have been. But I didn't mention a lot of the grandfathers and whatnot, some of whom are known, some aren't.
Now, the thing that I do put out a feeler for, this one's more of general information. I don't think it would be quite a PI, though it might be a thing. I just want to unearth who the hell Nico is and his, dig up any dirt on him from his time from, well, Emberwell, basically.
So you're looking for
Records, anecdotes, histories, anything, any kind of trail that Nico has left in his wake. What people say about him, anything like that. So it actually might be hiring a PI. I don't know.
Yeah, that wouldn't really be a supply check. I'm gonna say you'd be putting out feelers with your contacts back at Emberwell.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, that's a better way of doing this.
All right, so we'll hold off on that then, because that's correspondence.
Alright, sure.
Yeah, you just sort of write to people to say, "Hey, look into this Nico person."
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, Lydian does that.
Okay. Let's get in there. So, we're out of downtime. Is there anything you people would want, anything any of your characters feel like they would want to do specifically? Like, because you've got that secret about Morricone Springs.
Oh, yeah, actually. Okay, yeah, at some point, maybe like after a few days when all the business is consorted and we're just kind of sat in the bar, I got a little bit of word from one of my business associates. Might be a little something going on in Morricone Springs that might be worth investigating. I've been putting feelers out, but word travels slow and we might be able to move a little bit faster.
Oh, Morricone Springs, that was mines, right?
That, if I
The Bronx
remember
Springs?
rightly, yeah, that was mines. And for the last few years, business ain't exactly been conducted around those parts, but lately, business seems to be moving again.
Oh,
Quietly.
really? What closed them down? Was
There
it the
was-
war?
I believe it was before the war, there was some kind of incident that may or may not have ruffled some feathers.
Oh no, that sounds interesting. Feels like the start of a good ghost story or something. Maybe a crime thriller?
Well, if we go down there might be business to attend to and there might be a story. And
There may
hey,
indeed.
mines, dynamite, potential for science. Nico doesn't care, it's fine.
Yeah, they're both just like looking at Nico as he just does not react to that. They're too focused on little ice guns or whatever. What if Nico like toned down the ice gun a lot so it could make mugs nice and frosty cold?
That's just silly. Why would an ice gun not shoot more powerful ice?
Need to make it more cold, not less, Cherry. Come on.
Yeah, Nico, Morricone Springs. Your thoughts?
Might be some, dynamite
Yeah,
or
no.
other such science stuff going on there.
Well, actually, what does Morricone like mine for?
Precious metals, gold.
Ooh, precious metals.
A lot of
Precious-
gold, gems, all that.
That's
There's
precious metals.
it's a very lucrative area.
I have need of precious metals,
And
I've not been there yet.
and I already have a little business in silver mining, so could be worth checking in on the competition.
Sounds good.
All right. So, I'd say the three of us are a party then, and also a part to my information. Privy to. I'm gonna go get us something to ferry our goods, and we will depart today. Unless anyone has any last minute business that needs attending to.
No,
Maybe
wait.
one last thing I could take care of.
Wait a minute. Oh no, the fairy dust! I left it cooking up there.
Oh no. The bar burns down.
He's cooking. He's cooking.
Who let them cook?
I must go. Nico runs outside.